Hello guys, welcome to session 2. Today's session is Java Basics. In Java Basics, we will learn about basic elements, basic syntax, identifiers, keywords, literals, and comments. Basic elements. Java supports the writing of many different kinds of executables like applications, applets, and servlets. Basic elements of Java are as follows: class, object, method, variable. We will discuss about these basic elements in detail in next slide. Class. A class denotes category of objects and acts as a blueprint for creating objects. If you look at this UML notation, here we have class name and fields and methods. If we take account as an example, account is a class name and it has four different fields like account number, account name, phone number, and balance. These are the data members we call it as. Okay, and we have three methods: deposit, withdraw, and check balance. We call it as also member functions. So this representation of data members and member functions is known as class. Next one is object. An object is instance of class. The object is constructed using a class as a blueprint. An object must be created before it can be used as a program. So this process we call it as a instantiation. For example, account A equals to new account, and we represent this object as a small whatever variable we have given, that variable dot class name. This representation is known as UML representation of an object. Okay, next, method. A method is basically a behavior. A class can contain any number of methods, and it is in methods where logics are written, data is manipulated, and all the actions are executed. If we take a previous example account in which we have a deposit, withdraw, and check balance. So these three these three member functions we call it as a methods. And variable. A variable is basically a state. A class can contain any number of variables. If we take account example again, there we have account number, account name, phone number, and balance. These four attributes we call it as variables. I'll show you this class representation in Java program. Okay, L- I have opened Eclipse and here I'm creating class account. Okay, account. In account class, we have four fields which are account number, account name, mobile number, and balance. And we have three different methods which are deposit, withdraw, and check balance. Public, deposit. Okay, deposit method and withdraw. Okay, deposited, withdraw, and balance. Check balance. Here, if you look at this program, here account is a class and it has four fields: account number, account name, mobile number, balance. So we called it as variables. Okay, and we have three methods. One is deposit, withdraw, and check balance. So these three member functions we call it as a methods. Okay, we'll go back to slide. So and here we have this class sample and private int a equals to 2, private int b equals to 3, private int c. Okay, and we have one method called public void sum, which is having c is equals to a plus b, system out dot println sum of a and b is c. So here a, b, c are the variables and sum is a method. Next, basic syntax. Java programming language has certain rules to write a program, in which first one is case sensitive. Java is a case sensitive. In previous example, we have account number, and so this account number, if we write account number as in a capital letter and n is also capital letter, so there are two this account number and that account number would have different meaning. Okay, so if any change in the case, then that variable Java compiler will treat it as a different identifier. Okay, and we have class names. For all the class names, the first letter should be in uppercase. If several words are used to form name of the class, then each word's first letter should be uppercase. For example, class my first program. Here if you look at my first program, M is capital letter, F is capital, and P is also capital in uppercase. Okay, and next, method names. All method names should start with lowercase letters. If several words are used to form the name of method, each word first should be uppercase except for the first word. Okay. If you look at here example public void check balance. Here C is small letter lowercase and B is uppercase. Okay. And program file name. Name of the program file should match with the class name. When saving the file, name of the file should match with the class name and it should append with .java at the end of the file name, which is also known as extension. Okay. Here my first program class should be saved as my first program.java. And every Java standalone application can contain public static void main. So this is the signature public static void main. This is the method signature which is having string array of arguments. So this standalone Java program processing starts from this main method. Next one is identifiers. A name in a program is called as an identifier. If you look at our previous example, in which account number, account name, mobile number, and balance. So these are, we call it as an identifiers. Okay, identifiers can be used to denote class, methods, variables, and libs. So not only for variables and even class name, account is an identifier which represents a class name. Okay, and variables variable names also an identifiers and method names, those are also an identifiers. So all identifiers should begin with a letter a to z or small a to small z, and symbols like dollar or underscore. And after first character, identifiers can have combination of characters. So first letter should be start with a capital A to Z or small a to Z, and also symbols like dollar or underscore. Okay, and after first character you can use any combination of characters, and a keyword cannot be used as an identifier. We will discuss about what all the keywords we have in Java in next slide. Okay, and most importantly, identifiers are case sensitive. So I already told you, like account number which is starting with lowercase a and uppercase a. So these two variables are two different variables. Okay, and examples of legal identifiers like number, number. See here, n is a lowercase in second variable, n is uppercase. Okay, and dollar salary. So underscore value or underscore one underscore value. So these variables are legal identifiers, whereas illegal identifiers like 48, so any variable name which is starting with a number, that is an illegal. And also if we have any special characters like at the rate, that is also an illegal. And see here we have hyphen, so these are illegal identifiers. We will run these, I mean, like by using these, illegal identifiers, we'll see like how the Java compiler throws an exception. See here, what I'll do, account at the rate no. I'm saving. So if I try to save this particular Java file, here I'm getting on compilation issue. See here, syntax error on token at the rate expected. No, no cannot be resolved to a type. So Java compiler throws an exception for this particular variable. Okay, and if I write account hyphen n here also, so these are illegal identifiers. Okay, and private int account number. See here, this account number and this account number is different. So that is the reason system is allowed to write these two variables. If I write the same variable again, see, we cannot write duplicate identifiers variables in same class. See here, duplicate field account dot account identifier. So we cannot write duplicate identifiers. But if we change its case, then s- system is taking. So Java compiler can ignore those identifiers if the case is changing. So if the case changes, then Java compiler treat those two identifiers as separate identifiers. Okay. Next one, keywords. The following words are reserved as keywords and these cannot be used as an identifier. Example, abstract, assert, boolean, break, byte, case, catch. So these are the keywords that cannot be used in Java program, okay, as an identifier. And there are reserved literals like null, true, false. So these three also cannot be used as identifiers. We will see how Java compiler throws an exception if we use these keywords. Private int default. See here, invalid variable declarator. So Java compiler is not allowing us to write this particular identifier. Okay. And next one is literals. A literal denotes a constant value. The value that literal represents remain unchanged in the program. For example, if you write integer a equals to 2000 and if you are not changing the value of a, then we call it as a literal. Okay, that is an integer literal. Like you can assign some values, constant values, 2000, some values, and floating, character, boolean literal, string literals. So boolean literals are true, false, and if you are not changing the value of those identifiers, then we call it as a literals. Next one is comments. A program can be documented by inserting comments at relevant places in the source code. Example, uh, like we have three different types of comments. One is single line comment, which starts with slash slash to the end of the line, and we have multi-line comments, which starts with star slash star and ends with star slash. And also we have documentation comment. A documentation comment is a special purpose comment that is used by Java doc tool to generate the HTML documentation for the program. Documentation comments are usually placed in front of classes, interface, methods, and field definitions. So if you look at here, at the rate of author, at the rate of version, so which will represent who is the author of our program, okay, and what is the version of that program. So by using the Java doc tool, we can create these comments. Okay, see, if you look at this program here, to do auto generated method stub. So this is Java documentation comment. Okay, and this is single line comment. Okay, this is sample class. So anything we write within these comment lines, that can be ignored by Java compiler. Okay, and here class name should starts with sample. So I mean cap uppercase. So here S is uppercase. And now in sample class we'll write fields like integer a equals to 5 into b equals to 3 c, and public void sum C equals to A plus B. System dot out dot println sum of A and B is C. Okay. Sum of two numbers. Okay. Integer literal. So I'm using again whatever we have discussed. So see here, this is comment and this is integer literal. Okay. And these are the method names. So here fields or variables. Okay. And these are the methods, sum of two numbers. Okay. And every Java application should have public static void main string of array arguments. So this is the starting of the program. Okay. And what I'll do here, we'll create an object of sample class. So here sample is our class. So what I'm doing here, sample s is equals to new sample. So this is how we create an object. So this process we call it as instantiation. Okay. And here s is an object, an object. Okay. And now how to invoke member functions. S dot sum. So here what we did, we call the sum method here. So how to run this one? Right click on this editor, Java run as Java application. See here, sum of A and B is 8. So here we in today's session what we discussed, we have discussed about class, object, methods, variables, identifiers, literals, keywords. Okay. So and we represented everything in single program like this sample class. Okay. If you have any queries on today's session, please mail us at info@bycourses.com. We are happy to answer our queries and questions. Thank you so much.